I was playing some 2042, and I didn't quite like how the guns sounded. So I wanted to go back and listen to how I remembered a lot of them sounding in Battlefield 4, because that's the game I played the most before 2042. Um, and I was just getting through some of the PDWs in this video when I came across the JS2, which is the LS2 in real life. It's a Chinese export submachine gun chambered in 9mm that takes MP5 mags. The reason that is relevant is um, let's look at some of the animations. Um, all right, so first problem has already revealed itself. Some of the sharper-eyed among you might have seen it already. Um, so, as this takes MP5 magazines, this weapon has an MP5 styled magazine release. I'm not sure if it's identical. I don't know if it's a push button as well as a paddle like the MP5 is, or if it's just a paddle. But either way, what this weapon does not have is a left side push button magazine release, which, however, is what the player model apparently manipulates. Um, his thumb presses nothing, absolutely nothing. Uh, and I thought it might have been his forefinger pressing a button, like maybe he was pressing the takedown pin as maybe that was a magazine release, but no, his pointer finger curls in and he presses the left side of the receiver where there is decidedly not a magazine release. Okay, so that might be terrifying enough. However, what's even worse is let's watch where the real magazine release is and why maybe uh, they should have had a different animator on this project. Because let's look at the magazine release, the actual mag catch, the paddle here. Uh, he presses the left side of the receiver, and the paddle is fucking gone. The paddle ejects itself out of the bottom of the receiver alongside the magazine a few frames later. So, what he is apparently pressing, the hinge pin for the mag catch, apparently just ejects the actual mag release out the bottom, and then the magazine. So it's a magazine release, which then in turn releases the mag. So he scoops up another mag, lines it up, and you can see the new one right there. You can see the new one in his thumb, like under his thumb pretty much. This is basically a magic trick. This is a sleight of hand trick. Yeah, there it is. There's the actual mag catch. So he lines it up and shoves it in, and when his thumb clips into the receiver, if you notice, that's the mag catch. It's back into the gun. Okay, so that's pretty bad. I'd say that's probably the worst of it. And then another thing I noticed when I was watching back to like look at how terrifying these animations are. Also, his thumb is totally clipping into the receiver here. He when you fire the gun, notice what comes out of the that's an intermediate cartridge. That's an intermediate rifle cartridge coming out of this 9mm subgun. Um, and if you notice when he ADSs with it, the angle at which this thing ejects kind of makes sense because this is a 9mm blowback open bolt tube gun essentially in a bullpup chassis. These things are actually kind of dog shit in real life. But yeah, this would make sense because this thing is so incredibly overgassed that it's ejecting at the 1 o'clock position, which, if you know anything about ejection patterns, that means you're basically destroying the weapon. So yeah, that was just me noticing how utterly cursed the JS2 LS2 is in BF4.